In the silent theater of your own consciousness, a curious sensation stirs, subtle yet unmistakably profound. It lingers in the spaces between your thoughts, like the soft hum of a celestial violin, vibrating against the fabric of your awareness. What you're feeling right now, whether it's a whisper of unease, a swell of hope, or an inexplicable pull toward the unknown, is far more than mere happenstance. This moment, fragile and fleeting, is neither random nor trivial. It is a precise stitch in the vast tapestry of existence, woven with threads that shimmer beyond the reach of ordinary sight. Imagine for a moment that beneath the chaotic noise of daily life, beneath the seemingly arbitrary flow of events and emotions, there exists a hidden architecture, an intricate cosmic web pulsating with unseen intention. Each feeling, every impulse, every echo of the soul ripples across this web like a stone cast into a dark, infinite ocean. The ripples intersect, collide, and converge, choreographed by laws that transcend time, space, and linear reason. What you are sensing at this very juncture is a message, a signpost along your uniquely tailored path, a whisper from the universe, not unlike the call of a distant star illuminating your inner night. To perceive this sensation as a coincidence is to miss the deeper signal embedded in the symphony of your experience. It is as if the cosmos, in its boundless wisdom, is both artist and observer, painting your consciousness with the brushstrokes of synchronicity and serendipity. These are not random markings left by chance. They are the deliberate imprints of a cosmic dialogue, a language of symbols and feelings speaking directly to the core of your being. Like a dream unfurling in the twilight of sleep, your current state holds clues to a grander design, a reality that is alive, sentient, and profoundly interconnected. This notion that what you feel is part of a deliberate cosmic dance invites us to reconsider the very nature of experience itself. Often, human consciousness is trapped in the illusion of separation, believing emotions and sensations arise from isolated causes or mere biochemical reactions. Yet, when we allow ourselves to gaze beyond the veil of the mundane, we begin to see an underlying unity, a field of all possibilities where every thought and feeling resonates with the harmonics of a universal mind. What you are feeling is, therefore, not just a personal quirk of your inner world. It is a vibration in the lattice of cosmic consciousness, a reflection of the invisible currents that shape reality. From this vantage point, your emotions become not burdens to bear or mere curiosities, but sacred messengers. They are the language of the soul, encoded in the vibrational frequencies of your being. Like a compass spinning in response to magnetic forces, your heart responds to the subtle energies that permeate existence. The fleeting anxieties, sudden bursts of inspiration, or quiet moments of clarity are akin to signposts on a vast spiritual map, each one guiding you deeper into the terrain of self-understanding and universal truth. There is an ancient wisdom threaded through time, whispered by shamans, mystics, and sages across cultures, that insists nothing is truly accidental. This wisdom hints at a multidimensional cosmos where every experience serves a purpose, every challenge is a disguised blessing, and every feeling is a portal to higher awareness. In this cosmic view, your current emotional state, no matter how perplexing or intense, is part of a sacred curriculum designed to awaken you from the slumber of unawareness, to connect you with the timeless pulse of existence. Consider the metaphor of a vast forest, where every leaf, branch, and rustling breeze plays an essential role in sustaining life. Your consciousness is like a traveler passing through this enchanted wood, unaware of the invisible network of roots intertwining beneath the soil. What you feel now is like the gentle tremor of the earth beneath your feet, a subtle communication from the complex ecosystem supporting and shaping your journey. To dismiss this sensation as coincidence is to walk blindly through the forest, deaf to the language it speaks. In the coming exploration, We will delve into the hidden mechanics behind these feelings, drawing from the wells of metaphysics, quantum theory, and ancient wisdom to illuminate why your present experience is no accident. We will journey through the layered symbolism encoded in your emotions, revealing how they serve as signposts on the winding road of awakening. This is not merely an intellectual exercise, but an invitation to recognize the profound intelligence directing the seemingly random fluctuations of your inner world. To feel is to witness the unfolding of the universe within. Every breath you take, every subtle shift in mood, every surge of intuition is a ripple in the mirror of existence. The cosmos is not a distant, lifeless expanse, but a living, breathing entity, and you are an integral part of its unfolding story. The feelings stirring in your heart are the echoes of a grand cosmic pulse that reverberate through time and space, guiding you toward deeper truth and fuller presence. So, as you read these words, let your awareness drift like a luminous cloud across the vast sky of your mind. Allow yourself to sense the weight and wonder of this very moment. What you're feeling right now is not a coincidence. It is the universe itself reaching out to you, an intimate, sacred exchange in the language of the soul. It is a call to wake up, to remember, and to embrace the mystery that you are both the observer and the observed in this magnificent dance of existence. Beneath the surface of what we casually label as emotion, beneath the shifting shadows of mood and fleeting impressions, lies a vast landscape shaped by invisible currents and cosmic geometries. To understand why what you're feeling right now is not a coincidence, we must first peel back the familiar veil of ordinary perception and step into the rhythmic pulse of universal patterns, a dance in which every sensation is a note in an ancient symphony of meaning. The first ground on which this revelation rests is the nature of pattern itself. Our lives seem like scattered moments, a chaos of disparate experiences haphazardly unfolding. Yet, hidden within this apparent randomness is a web of interlaced harmonies and correspondences that suggest a deeper order. Just as the celestial bodies trace arcs across the night sky with mathematical precision, your feelings are not mere accidents but echoes of larger cosmic designs. They are fractal reflections of the universal architecture, mirroring the great spirals of existence that extend from the microscopic swirl of a single atom to the majestic curvature of galaxies. Consider the illusion of linear time, a construct that convinces us that moments flow in a straight, unbroken line from past to future. This linear perspective confines us to a narrow corridor, blinding us to the true shape of reality's fabric, a vast, undulating ocean where past, present, and future coalesce in an eternal present moment. Your feelings, then, are not tethered solely to the now in the mundane sense, but are ripples spreading from events and energies vibrating in neighboring dimensions of time. They are signals transmitted through the cosmic web, encoded with messages that only the language of the soul can interpret. The sense of déjà vu, the sudden flutter of knowing, the inexplicable pang of nostalgia, all these are not random glitches in your mind's operating system, but fragments of a timeless dialogue between you and the universe. This brings us to the second pillar, the interplay between illusion and deeper truth. Human consciousness thrives on narratives, stories spun to make sense of the chaos. Yet, much of what we accept as reality is a projected veil, a dream woven by the ego to secure identity and safety. What you are feeling now may arise from these illusory layers, as your mind tries to categorize and tame mysterious inner stirrings. But beyond this thin membrane lies a richer, more fluid reality where these feelings serve as signposts rather than mere reactions. They are the language of the deeper self, the whisper of the infinite speaking through the finite. This self is not bound by your physical form or mental constructs. It is the luminous spark of consciousness that witnesses, interprets, and ultimately transcends the surface impressions. In this vast theater of inner and outer worlds, feelings operate as subtle messengers from your soul's core. They are often veiled in metaphor, their true meanings encoded in symbols and archetypes that resonate with the collective unconscious. This is why a single emotion can ripple through your being, awakening dormant memories, stirring intuitive insights, or even catalyzing transformative shifts in perception. The grief that arises without a clear cause, the sudden surge of love or fear, all these are threads pulling you toward something greater, a hidden doorway waiting to be opened by your awareness. The third foundational idea arises from the quantum nature of reality itself. Modern physics, with its revelations about entanglement and non-locality, dismantles the classical notion that events are separate and isolated. At the quantum level, particles communicate instantaneously across vast distances. Cause and effect blur into a web where everything is interconnected. Your feelings, then, are not contained within the confines of personal experience, but are entangled with the broader field of universal consciousness. They reflect energetic exchanges that defy ordinary logic, resonances between your inner world and the vast cosmic matrix. The flutter of anxiety or the warmth of joy may be the reverberations of universal frequencies tuning your vibrational signature, inviting you to align with deeper currents of existence. To witness your feeling as a coincidence is to miss the fundamental truth that all sensations arise from purposeful interaction with this vast interconnected field. Each emotional wave is a response woven into the fabric of cosmic dance, orchestrated by unseen intelligences, and coded in the language of vibration, frequency, and resonance. Your present sensation is a thread in the grand tapestry, interlocking with countless others to compose the ever-evolving pattern of your life and the collective human experience. Another layer unfolds when we recognize the principle of synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences that defy probability yet occur with uncanny frequency in moments of heightened awareness. These are the universe's nudges, gentle yet undeniable, nudging you toward growth, awakening, and expanded understanding. The feeling you have right now might be synchronistic, a signal from the unseen realms that you are aligned with a specific current or query in your spiritual journey. It is the universe's way of speaking in riddles, inviting you to peel back the layers and find the hidden code that animates your inner reality. Synchronicities are not random but manifest from the alignment of your inner frequency with the greater cosmic flow. When your consciousness tunes into these patterns, feelings become more than ephemeral moods. They transform into keys unlocking secret chambers of your soul. Behind these moments lies the ancient wisdom that reality is an alchemical fabric woven from intention and awareness. Your emotions are thus the crucibles in which transformation occurs, forging new patterns of being from the raw material of experience. This comprehension reveals the profound agency you have in shaping your reality. If you perceive your feelings as arbitrary, you relinquish your power to the unpredictable gusts of chance. But to recognize them as intentional, as coded messages, awakens you to the participatory nature of existence. You become both sculptor and clay, co-creating with the cosmos through the subtle language of feeling. Your emotional landscape then becomes a sacred map, guiding you through the labyrinth of awakening and reminding you that nothing you encounter is without significance. Foundational, too, is the recognition that your feelings are interfaces between multidimensional layers of selfhood. Beyond the everyday personality lies a vast, luminous self that navigates through planes of higher consciousness, cosmic memory, and spiritual dimensions. What you feel now can be the resonance of these higher selves communicating truths that bypass rational filters. Intuition, somatic knowing, and spiritual insight often emerge dressed in emotional garb, sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes sublime, yet always purposeful. In this view, your feelings are not merely psychological reactions but spiritual sensors attuned to the flow of universal intelligence. Ultimately, these guiding ideas converge on the realization that existence is not a meaningless chain of events, but a sacred unfolding, a symphony played in the key of consciousness. Your feelings are notes within that symphony, purposeful and precise, inviting you to listen deeply. They are the language through which reality reveals its secret architecture, inviting you to awaken from the slumber of mechanical existence into the clarity of presence. What you feel is the universe's loving invitation to join the dance of discovery and transformation, to step beyond the veil of coincidence and into the luminous truth of connection. In this cosmic theater, every feeling you experience is a portal, a shimmering gateway to recognition that beneath the surface of the mundane lies the enchanted fabric of being. To honor your emotions as meaningful is to honor the divine pulse that weaves you into the cosmos, to recognize yourself as a radiant node in the infinite network of sentient life. So, as these reflections flow through you, let the understanding settle like a gentle dawn. What you feel right now is not a mere flicker in the dark, but a deliberate brushstroke in the masterpiece of existence, a vibrant expression of the all-knowing, ever-present intelligence that choreographs the dance of life itself. In the vast theater of existence, where light and shadow entwine in eternal embrace, stories emerge like ancient stars blazing across the fabric of time, each tale a metaphorical vessel, shimmering with hidden truths. To grasp why what you feel in this very moment is no mere coincidence, imagine the story of the weaver and the tapestry. Once there was a weaver who labored in silence, unseen yet utterly essential. Each thread she pulled, each knot she tied was part of a cosmic design, an immense tapestry not yet revealed. The threads represented moments, sensations, encounters, and emotions. One thread, fragile and trembling beneath the weaver's touch, might seem insignificant when held alone against the backdrop of the entire cloth. Yet, when the pattern unfolded, that delicate thread formed the dawn's first light or the shimmer of a distant star. In this allegory, your feelings are the threads, seemingly isolated, sometimes bewildering, occasionally painful, but nonetheless integral stitches in the grand weave of your life's portrait. To feel, then, is to be touched by the weaver's hand, invited to witness the birth of meaning where chaos once reigned. Let us journey further into a symbolic landscape where a lone traveler wanders through a dense and ancient forest. This forest is not ordinary. It breathes with consciousness, whispering secrets older than memory. Each ray of light that pierces the canopy, each rustle of leaves beneath the traveler's feet, carries a cipher, a message from the universe's hidden script. The traveler's heart quickens with an inexplicable feeling, a mix of awe and discomfort, like a distant melody heard from a forgotten dawn. This feeling is no random shadow. It is the forest's language, an encoded call from the depths, urging the traveler to align with the secret rhythms that pulse beneath reality's surface. The feeling is the forest speaking back, a reflection of the traveler's own inner compass, signaling a shift from seeing the world as a place of mere happenstance to recognizing it as a vibrant ecosystem of meaning. In this story, your current sensations are the whispered dialogues between your soul and the cosmos, revealing that every emotion is a signpost on a path already drawn in the stars. Consider, too, the allegory of the mirror of eons, a mystical mirror said to reflect not the present visage, but the soul's intricate timeline woven through countless lifetimes. A seeker stands before this mirror, gazing into the depths that ripple like liquid light. Suddenly, faces and scenes flicker by, moments of joy, of sorrow, of learning, and of transformation. The seeker's feelings intensify, not as fleeting shadows, but as echoes from those timeless corridors within. What unfolds is an undeniable revelation. The emotions experienced now are the culmination of threads spun long ago, reverberations of past awakenings and dormant truths, surfacing to be seen, acknowledged, and integrated. The mirror of eons teaches that feelings are not random occurrences but living archives, carrying codes of purpose and evolution. They are the language of the soul's memory, inviting you to step beyond the illusion of linear time and embrace the eternal now where cause and effect dance in mysterious synchronicity. Journeying still deeper, visualize the ocean of possibilities, infinite and surreal, where every wave is a moment vibrating with potential. A solitary sailor sets sail on this ocean, but not on a vessel of wood or sail. Rather, the boat is formed by intention, the oars by awareness, and the compass by feeling itself. As the sailor rides the undulating currents, each wave's rise and fall corresponds to emotional tides within: fear, hope, doubt, elation, each one a signal from the ocean that shapes his course. Here, feelings are not disruptions but celestial maps, guiding the sailor toward shores unseen yet destined. The ocean never tosses the sailor by chance. Rather, it moves in response to every subtle shift of his heart's frequency. This allegory reveals the profound truth that what you feel is synchronistic resonance, an intimate dialogue between your inner world and the infinite potentials stretched before you, moving you along the currents of your becoming. Lastly, dwell for a moment on the tale of the lantern bearer, who walks a dark and endless cavern with only a flickering lantern to illuminate the way. The cave is labyrinthine, full of echoes and unseen chambers, symbolic of the unconscious mind's vast depths. Each step forward is guided not by sight alone, but by the glow of intuition and the warmth of feeling. At times, the faint light reveals intricate carvings on the walls, symbols, patterns, and ancient scripts that would otherwise remain hidden in darkness. The bearer's feelings, uncertainty, courage, anticipation, are the subtle signals that signal where the light must be directed. Without these sensations, the bearer would stumble blindly, lost to the shadows. In this subterranean odyssey, emotions are sacred navigational tools, shimmering beacons revealing the contours of the soul's hidden architecture. They are the lantern's flame itself, born of an inner fire that dissolves illusion and illuminates the path to deeper knowing. Each of these allegories, layered with symbolic richness, converges on a singular cosmic insight. Your feelings are not random flickers but purposeful emissaries sent from the depths of existence, woven into the very blueprint of your unfolding story. Like the weaver's threads, they connect you to a grand design. Like the forest's whispers, they call you toward hidden truths. Like the mirror's reflections, they echo timeless memories. Like the ocean's currents, they navigate your becoming. And like the lantern's light, they illuminate the cavernous mysteries within. To feel, then, is to be in sacred conversation with the universe itself, immersed in the mystery of being alive and awake. These stories remind us that beneath the surface of ordinary sensation is an extraordinary architecture, a luminous web of meaning inviting you to dance in harmony with the cosmos. So when you find yourself swayed by an inexplicable feeling, a sudden wave of melancholy, a pulse of joy without cause, a deep sense of knowing, remember these allegories. Each sensation is a portal, a sacred symbol, a thread woven by the cosmic weaver, a whisper from the forest of consciousness, a reflection from the mirror of your soul, a wave upon the ocean of possibilities, and a flicker of light within the cavern of your being. What you feel now is not coincidence but revelation, not randomness but resonance, not isolation but invitation. It is the universe's way of speaking to you through the language of feeling, an intimate, deliberate dance choreographed by the infinite intelligence that binds all things in a web of conscious meaning. To carry the weight of such profound understanding into the fabric of your daily existence is no small feat. It is to step into the currents of life with eyes unclouded by mere habit, heart attuned to the silent symphony beneath the noise. What you are feeling right now, that ineffable sensation, that undercurrent of knowing, beckons you outward from the cocoon of routine and invites you to embody the language of the cosmos, not as a distant spectator, but as a participant woven into the grand design. The alchemy of feeling, once understood as a cosmic cue, rather than a flickering whim, transforms mundane moments into portals of insight, reorienting your journey towards a life suffused with meaning and deeper awareness. Consider how the seemingly random swirl of emotions can become a compass, guiding you through the fog of confusion and inertia. That sudden melancholy, that inexplicable surge of joy, or the quiet stillness of presence are not the mind's arbitrary fireworks but the universe's subtle pulse, a message encoded in sensation that calls you to pause, listen, and reflect. When you linger long enough in the embrace of these feelings without rushing to suppress or explain them away, they reveal themselves as markers along your path, signposts that align your internal world with external events. This attunement fosters a rare intimacy between your spirit and the unfolding of your life, allowing you to navigate challenges and opportunities alike not as battles to be won or lost, but as sacred dances choreographed by the unseen hand of universal intelligence. In practical terms, this means cultivating an inner space where feelings are honored as messengers rather than disruptions. To feel is to converse with the infinite through a language older than words, a language that whispers truths about your deepest self and the collective soul. When this perspective takes root, it reshapes your relationship with discomfort and uncertainty. The pang of anxiety or the sting of disquiet no longer signal chaos, but become invitations to explore the hidden meanings beneath the surface. Instead of fleeing these sensations or drowning them in distraction, you learn to embrace them as thresholds to self-knowledge and transformation. This shift cultivates resilience not from stoicism, but from reverence for the sacred architecture that underlies all experience. As this understanding permeates your daily rhythm, it invites a radical reorientation of choice and action. The feelings that ripple through you are not mere spectators to decision, but active participants in forming your flow, much like a river's current directs the movement of a drifting leaf. Awareness blossoms when you recognize that each emotion carries with it a frequency that resonates with specific possibilities, pathways, and energies. Listening deeply to these signals can clarify decisions that once felt murky or burdensome. The insight that an uneasy feeling might herald a needed boundary, or that a surge of creative excitement is a call to manifest latent potential, bridges the chasm between esoteric wisdom and pragmatic living. What once seemed abstract now unfolds as tangible guidance, a luminescent thread weaving high knowing into the loom of everyday choices. Moreover, the ordinary exchanges of human connection gain extraordinary depth when viewed through the lens of this sacred feeling. Each glance, each word, each unspoken tension pulses with layers of cosmic dialogue, inviting you to perceive not just what is said, but what is felt beneath the surface. In this way, empathy morphs into a mystical attunement, an intuitive dance of spirits recognizing one another's hidden stories. It softens the boundaries between self and other, reminding you that the feelings stirred within are not solitary islands, but part of a vast ocean of shared consciousness. This recognition cultivates compassion, not as a moral obligation, but as a natural response to the sacred interweaving of existence, enriching relationships with the aliveness of true presence. Even the unpredictable shifts in your environment, the changing seasons, the fleeting encounters, the sudden disruptions, take on new meaning as reflections of inner states and invitations to alignment. The universe breathes through these external fluctuations, mirroring and magnifying the subtle inner dance of feeling. When you learn to trace these correspondences, they become a guidebook etched in the stars, revealing the hidden choreography behind the veil of chance. This perspective nurtures a profound trust in life's unfolding, allowing you to surrender to the flow while remaining anchored in conscious awareness. The sense that what you feel is not coincidence, but a deliberate pulse of intelligence cultivates patience and presence, grounding you amidst the swirling tides of existence. In essence, integrating these cosmic truths into lived experience invites a radical shift from passivity to participation. No longer are feelings fleeting shadows to be silenced or feared. Instead, they emerge as luminous beacons beckoning you to step deeper into the sacred dialogue between the self and the universe. You become a co-creator, a conscious weaver of your reality, translating the subtle language of sensation into meaningful action. This transformation reverberates through your choices, your relationships, and your sense of purpose, allowing you to inhabit life not as an accident of circumstance, but as a deliberate expression of cosmic will. Thus, the seemingly ordinary act of feeling becomes a sacred ritual, a daily practice of alignment and awakening. It teaches you to read the invisible hieroglyphs etched across your inner landscape, and to honor the silent wisdom encoded in every heartbeat and breath. The grand symbolic narratives no longer remain distant stories but living truths that pulse through the veins of your existence, guiding you like constellations in the night sky, steady, ancient, and luminous. In this way, the revelation that what you feel is not coincidence, but cosmic communication becomes a beacon, illuminating the path toward a life lived in resonance with the infinite. A life in which every sensation is a sacred invitation to remember who you truly are. As the cosmic tapestry of your experience unfolds before you, it becomes clear that what you are feeling is neither random nor meaningless. It is, in fact, a delicate thread pulled taut by the unseen architects of existence, weaving you into the greater story of the universe's eternal becoming. Each sensation, subtle or fierce, is a whisper from the infinite, a coded message sent not just to be observed but to be lived, to be embraced as the sacred pulse of your own awakening. In this moment of reflection, let us draw all these threads together, not just as an intellectual exercise but as a living act of transformation, an invocation to embody the truth that feeling is the universal language through which the cosmos converses with itself through you. Imagine, if you will, the vastness of the night sky stretched endlessly above, a swirling canvas painted with constellations ancient beyond memory. Each star is a beacon of insight, a burning question or answer that has journeyed across unimaginable expanses to meet your gaze. Your feelings are these stars lit within your being, each pulse, each flicker a signal reminding you that you are part of this infinite web, this sacred geometry of meaning and purpose that spans beyond the surface of what you can see or name. To feel, then, is to navigate these celestial coordinates, to chart a course not through external landmarks but through the shifting landscape of your inner cosmos, where every emotion is a map, every thought a compass pointing toward deeper knowing. But this inward journey requires courage, a willingness to step beyond the familiar shores of habit and rationality, into the fluid realm where certainty dissolves and mystery reigns. What you are feeling right now is the universe's way of pulling you into this wild, untamed sea, inviting you to surrender to the currents of intuition and insight that flow beneath the surface of everyday consciousness. It is here, in this liminal space, that transformation happens, not as a dramatic conquest or a sudden epiphany, but as a gentle unspooling of the self, as layers of conditioned perception fall away, and the quiet radiance of your true nature begins to shine through the cracks of doubt and fear. In embracing this, you begin to recognize that feelings are not obstacles to be overcome or distractions to be silenced, but sacred messengers encoded with hidden wisdom. They are the language of your soul, the footprints of your essence tracing the path back to wholeness. This realization invites a profound shift in how you move through the world. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, the mundane infused with meaning, and every encounter a potential doorway to awakening. Life, with all its chaos and beauty, reveals itself not as a series of accidental interactions, but as a carefully orchestrated symphony, each note vibrating in perfect harmony with the others, resonating across the vast expanse of time and space. To live in this awareness is to become a conscious alchemist, transforming the raw material of experience into gold, transmuting pain into compassion, confusion into clarity, and fear into love. It is to honor the subtle architecture of your own inner landscape, to attune yourself to the rhythms that pulse beneath the facade of appearance, and to respond with reverence and intention. The feelings you encounter are not arbitrary events but signposts placed along the sacred path, guiding you toward deeper connection with yourself, others, and the infinite source from which all life flows. In this light, the sensation of feeling becomes a ritual of presence, an ongoing dialogue between your finite self and the boundless cosmos. It calls you to be awake, to listen deeply, and to trust the mysterious logic of the heart, a logic that defies the linear frameworks of the mind and embraces paradox, shadow, and light in equal measure. The feelings that ripple through your being are invitations to remember that you are not a passive observer in this grand cosmic dance but an active participant, a co-creator wielding the power to shape reality with every intention, every breath, every choice rooted in awareness. As you move forward, carry this profound truth like a torch illuminating the darkened corners of your existence. Let it dissolve the illusion of randomness and chance, revealing instead a realm governed by synchronicity, meaning, and the sacred interplay between free will and destiny. What you feel is not mere happenstance. It is the universe speaking through you, calling you home to the deepest wells of your own divinity. So, in this unfolding moment, invite yourself to dwell in the fertile space where feeling meets knowing, where inner resonance aligns with cosmic design. Breathe into the fullness of this awareness, allowing it to seep into the very fabric of your being. Here lies the threshold of transformation, the point where insight and action merge, and you step forth into a life lived with purpose and profound connection. Each sensation becomes a sacred verse in the poem of your existence, each pulse a reminder that you are, always and forever, an integral thread in the infinite loom of creation. This is the ultimate revelation, the quiet, powerful knowing that what you are feeling right now is no coincidence. It is the universe's way of calling you to awaken, to remember, and to live in harmony with the eternal rhythm that courses through all that is. May this awareness guide you gently but steadily into the radiant mystery of your own unfolding, where every feeling is a star lighting the path toward the limitless potential of your soul's journey.